Okay guys, so this is another video, some more practice questions. So like I said, probably try and stop the video, try attempt them on your own, and then have a look at the video to see how they do them. Please forgive me if I do any errors. I've got a bit of a cold, but let's see what we can do. So solve the equations. So in other words, in each of these equations we're going to make x the subject or by itself on either the left hand side or the right hand side. So because we have more x's on the left hand side over here, it's going to be reasonable to take the 2x across the left hand side first. So to take away the 2x, the negative 2x on this side, we've got to add 2x. And what we do to one side, we do to the other. So we add 2x on the left side. So that's going to become 4x plus 2x minus 7 is equal to 8. We'll take this negative 7 to the right. We've got to add 7. And we'll do this to both sides. So 4x plus 2x is equal to 8 plus 7. So 4x plus 2x is 6x, is equal to 15, so x is equal to 15 over 6. So that's the first one down. Hope that makes sense. There we go. Next one. X minus 7 over 3 is equal to 2. Okay, so since we don't want to work with anything in the denominator, we're going to take away this 3 by multiplying both sides by 3. Because what will happen is x minus 7 over 3 is equal to 2. If you multiply this side by 3, it's going to cancel with 3 at the bottom, which will take it away, but what you do to one side, you do to the other. So x minus 7 is equal to 6, x is equal to 13. Okay, cool. Indices. Simplify the expression. So in this expression, we cannot simplify 3 any further. It's already in its simplest base. So 3 is the same as saying 3 to the power of 1. X and y to the 4. And this is to the power of 3. So according to the indice law, you take the exponent or the number on the outside and you multiply it with the exponents on the inside. So x is to the power of 1 here. So 3 times 1 is 3, so that's 3 to the 3. 3 times 1 again is 3, so that's x to the 3. And 3 times 4 is 12. So 3 cubed x to the 3 y12. Another way you could say is 27x cubed y12. 16a to the 6b squared to the half. 16 can be simplified to 2 to the power of 4, and a6b2 stay the same to the power of a half. So take the exponent on the outside, multiply it with the exponents on the inside. So 4 times a half is 2, so it's going to be 2 to the 2. Half times 6 is 3, half times 2 is 1. Sorry, this should be a, so it's a3. Sorry guys, and b. So it's 2 squared, a cubed, and b. And you could always just write this as 8 if you wanted to, but that's up to you. So you could also write it as 8a cubed b. It's the same thing. Okay, so fact basically simplifying x squared minus 7x minus 8 over x squared minus 64. This top part over here we've got to simplify in terms of factorizing. So whenever you see the term simplify the expressions and you can see there's nothing that you can really change, you've got to sort of factorize to make a change. So this is a trinomial. Okay. So we can see the number in front of the x squared is 1. So two numbers to make 1, or 1 and 1. The two numbers that can make 8 could be, for example, 8 and 1. You'll just need to change around here if what happens in the end doesn't work for you, but we'll see this combination will work because 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 8 is 8. We've got to get to negative 7 with these two numbers, so negative 8 plus 1 will take us to negative 7, so therefore 1 minus 8, 1 plus 1, these are our brackets, and the x is attached to the number on the left of the bracket, so it's going to be 1x minus 8, which is the same as saying x minus 8, and 1x plus 1, which is the same as saying x plus 1, over x squared minus 64 is the difference between two squares. So remember, a squared minus b squared, the difference between these two squares will be a plus b, a minus b, where a is the square root of a squared, and b is the square root of b squared. So the square root of x squared is just x, then we say plus, the square root of 64 is 8, and you use these same values but you just put a minus between them. So now we can see that we can cancel the x minus 8 with the x minus 8, which is going to leave us with x plus 1 over x plus 8. Oops, that's an 8. So this is on a computer. Okay, next question, number B. 2x squared minus 7x minus 10 is equal to 0. So you're working, we're going to solve the equation and show all your working and give your answers correct to 2 decimal places. There's the hint. To solve this equation, we need to use the negative b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac equation over 2a, where our equation is in the form ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So a is 2, b is negative 7, c is negative 10, so we just put this in this equation. So x is equal to negative b, which will be negative of negative 7. Okay, a is equal to 2, b equals negative 7, c equals negative 10. Plus minus the square root of b squared, so negative 7 squared minus 4 times a, which is 2, multiplied by c, which is negative 10. This is all over 2 times a, which is 2 times 2, which is going to be positive 7 plus minus the square root. Okay, let's see if we can get this. 49 plus 80 is 129. I think that's what we've got over here. So let's try this on our calculator. 49. Let's try this again on my calculator just to make 100% sure that is correct. 129. And that's all over 4. So we're going to have two values for x. First value is going to be for the plus, and the second value is going to be the minus. So we say 7 plus the square root of 129 over 4. It's going to be one solution, so 7 plus the square root of 129 divided by 4 is 4.59. And the second value is going to be with the minus, so 7 minus the square root of 129 over 4. That's going to give us a negative 1.09. Cool. Okay, circles. So calculate ACB. ACB. So this is ACB over here. So we can see that this triangle ACB passes through the center of the circle, which means that B is 90 degrees. So therefore C is just going to be 180 minus 39 minus 90. Which is going to be 90 minus 39, which is going to be 51 degrees. BXC, so I'm going to put this in over here quickly, 51 degrees. BXC, so this value over here. BXC, so BXC is also a triangle. If we know that the whole thing over here is 90 degrees, then we should know that 90 minus 17 is 73, which is this remainder angle over here. And this is 51, this is 73, so we can work out that angle here. So 180 minus 51 minus 73 is 56 degrees. So I'll just move down there, 56 degrees. Give a reason why DOA is 34. DOA is 34. So yeah. So this is the law that the angle, I'm going to try and draw this, or draw this the opposite way. This is the way it's presented in the book, I think. 2xx. The angle at the center of the circle, which is the 2x over here, is 2 times the angle at the circumference. If this is 30, this is basically 60. So this angle over here is half this angle. So just flip this image around and you'll get what they have there. Something like that. Something like that. This is what they want. This is the angle that they want at the center, and this is 17. So 2 times 17 is 34. So the angle at the center of a circle is twice the angle at the circumference. Okay, sorry about my terrible writing. There we go. BDO, BDO, BDO. So let's see if we get, sorry, 1 second. Okay, cool, back from here. Okay, it's cool. So BDO, what we can do is, we know O is 34. So if we can find out what this value is over here, we'll be able to find out D is, because angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So we can say BD is a straight line, so we can figure out this angles, but angles on a straight line add up to 180. So 180 minus 56 is going to give us 124 degrees. So 180 minus 124 minus 34 is 22. And that is the value over here, 22. Okay, last question, or second last question I think, before the end of the video. So J makes quarter boxes in two sizes. He makes X small boxes and Y large boxes. Okay, so X represents the amount of boxes he makes for small boxes, and Y represents the number of large boxes he makes. So he makes at least 5 small boxes. The greatest total of boxes is 14, the greatest number of large boxes he makes is 8, and the number of large boxes is at least half the number of small boxes. Okay, so this is linear programming, so we're going to write down 4 inequalities using this information over here. So starting with this one, he makes at least 5 small boxes. So small boxes over here, so at least means he can make it equal to 5, and he can have more than 5. So greater than or equal to 5 is small boxes. Second inequality, the greatest number of large boxes you can make is 8, which means you can make it equal to 8, and you can make the basically less than 8 large boxes as well. Number 3, the greatest total number of boxes is 14, so he can make 14 boxes and less. So X plus Y can be less than or equal to 14. And number 4, the number of large boxes is at least half the number of small boxes. So large boxes is at least half the number of small boxes. So Y must be at least greater than or equal to half of X. Okay, half the number of small boxes. Okay, cool. So now we're going to draw these 4 inequalities on the grid and shade them onto region and label it R. So X is greater than or equal to 5, so make these each an equation. So X is equal to 5, Y is equal to 8, X plus Y is equal to 14, and Y is equal to half X. These are each an equation which we can use to draw now. So X is equal to 5 is just a line straight up vertically. X equals 5 all the way to the top. Y is equal to 8. It's going across at horizontally at 8. X plus Y, so you should know how to draw these. I'm just going to draw it quickly automatically without going to press. So find the X intercept, find the Y intercept, etc. And a half of X. So it goes through 0. And when X is 1, Y is a half. When X is 2, Y is 1. That goes through here. And this is, so you can see it goes 2 across, 1 up, 2 across, 1 up, etc. So a half, so 2 across, 1 up. Whoops, I'm just going to double check this. This is correct. 2 across, 1 up, 2 across, 1 up, 2 across, 1 up. Okay, cool. So I don't want to get this line wrong. So what I'm going to do is going to make X is equal to 15. Let's say actually X is equal to 14, which means Y is going to be 7. X is 14, Y is 7. So that means it's going to be something like that. And I'll just add on another line, just so I don't move it. Oh. Okay, so now we have to shade that wanted region. Okay, so X is greater than or equal to 5, so that's where the wanted region is. So this is X equals 5. So our region is where everything's greater than or equal to 5. So we shade everything to the left of this line. Okay, next line is Y is greater than or equal to 8. So the wanted region is above this line, y is equal to 8. So that means the unwanted region is below this line. X plus y is less than or equal to 14. So we take a point, so here's the line x plus y is equal to 14. Take a point below this line, which is 0, 0. Substitute in, so x plus y is less than or equal to 14. 0 plus 0 is less than or equal to 14, which is true. So everything below this line is the wanted region. So we shade everything above that line. You can probably guess where this region is going to be, and greater than or equal to a half x. So here's line y is equal to a half x. We got to take a point which is either below or above it. So if I take a point below it, let's say 6 and 0 is below it, half x, and its y is greater than or equal to a half x. So this is the point x is 6, y is 0. Substitute this in, so 0 is greater than or equal to a half of x, which is 6. Is 0 greater or equal to 3? No, it's not, so everything below this line is shaded. And we can see that R is this little patch here. The price of a small box is $20, and the price of a large box is $45. The greatest amount of money he receives when he sells the boxes he's made. So the equation we can make for the income that he makes would be 20 times x plus 45 times y. So the vertices of this region here will satisfy this income, so we're going to find what that is. So 5 and 9 is one vertex, 6 and 8 is one, and 5 and 8. So substituting these in 5 and 8, 6 and 8, and 5 and 9. So let's find out what these give you, and we choose the one which gives us the greatest. So 20 times 5 plus 45 times 8. 20 times 5 plus 45 times 8, which is 460. That's the first one. The second one, 20 times 6 plus 8 times 45. 480 is the next one. This is for 6 and 8. And last one for 5 and 9. 20 times 5 plus 9 times 45 is 5 and 5. So $505 is the greatest out of these three. So it's the highest. For this money, how many boxes of each size did he make? Well, he made 5 small boxes and 9 large boxes. Because remember, X represents the small boxes, Y represents the large boxes. So there's your Y axis, there's your X axis. It's 5 and 9. X is 5 and Y is 9. Last question, second last question. Okay, we'll end off on here. This question, draw the straight line of this point, so we don't have to draw this line. That was part of the question. Find the equation of this line, so y is equal to mx plus c is the equation of a straight line. M can be found as a gradient, it's y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. The difference between these y's is take this as y1, y2, negative 9 minus 5 over 3 minus minus 1, which is equal to negative 14 over 4, which is negative 14 over 4, which is equal to your m. So y is equal to negative 14 over 4x plus c. Okay, I'm going through this a little bit faster. I don't know if I'm going to find out if it is the correct answer, but hopefully it is. So let's have a look. So take one of these values over here, substitute them into this equation, and you should find c. So when y is 5, x is negative 1. Therefore c is equal to 14 over 4 minus 14 over 4 plus 5. You should be able to find it. You just take the 14 over 4 to the left hand side. So you find the equation. I'm not going to put in my calculator. I'm just going to leave it in this raw form. It would be y is equal to negative 14 over 4x, and plus your c, which is this value, which is 5 minus 14 over 4. Hope that's okay, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.